Alright, what's going on everybody? My name's Chopper. Today I'm here with Lastmystik, and right now we're doing something a little bit more personal. This is kind of unique for our channels. We're going to talk about the things that we fear. Now, before we get started, make sure you leave a like, because it's actually it is tough to go in front of public to actually explain what you're afraid of. It's harder than you think. So, you know, we manned up to do this, and because we fear that you guys would be interested in this, so we're going to go ahead and get started. The first couple things, like the first thing that I say and the first thing that he says, are going to be the more normal, predictable ones, and then we're going to get near the end to the more deep and psychological, unique ones. Okay, so the first thing that I'm afraid of is bees. I can't stand those things. I can't stand to be around them. When I was 3 years old, I got stung in the ear, and that was the worst experience of my life. The next day, I woke up with like a stinger on my pillow, and I've hated them ever since. I can't stand to be around them. It's just absolutely awful. So yeah, just bees are terrible. So why don't you go ahead and give one of yours.
Alright, so one of my fears is actually spiders. I'm not really a big fan of spiders. I've always had a slight fear of spiders, not really too fond of them too much. One time I was in my backyard up here in Ohio, and we had like this pile of rocks, and we had to move them. And hang on, keep in mind the pile of rocks were sitting there for like, oh my gosh, like a year. So, you know, insects tend to get kind of clogged up underneath them and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I had to move them from like the upper backyard to like the far back. And I lifted like this one rock up, and there's like this huge poisonous spider on it, and it was like brown, and it had like some really odd stripes on it, and it had like this big blue egg on it. So
ooh,
that's kind of freaky.
Nasty. That is disgusting. I guess I don't really fear spiders, but I'm not really too fond of them myself. But so I'll get into my second one. My second one is, I'm actually afraid of like accidents. Like what I mean by that is, let's say you're a football star, right? And then you're driving in your car one day, like you're not even going over the speed limit, drunk driving or anything like that. You're just doing what a normal citizen does. You get hit and you're paralyzed for life. You know, it just ends like that. Like something can change so quickly. I don't know, that just kind of freaks me out. Like I guess just like fear of the unexpected, I would say, is more of a better term for that. That's just something that I've always kind of feared. You got anything, Austin?
Well, I mean, I don't blame you on that one, especially because it would kind of cut you off of your career.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the next thing I'm kind of afraid of is getting like a disease. I mean, it's pretty common, I guess. I don't know if people are afraid of that, but I'm pretty sure there are. I'm afraid of getting like a disease, you know, like meningitis or Ebola. I mean, Ebola's a pretty big one. Like everyone's afraid to get that stuff, but just kind of like stuff like along those lines, I would never really want to get one, because I wouldn't know how to handle it. I mean, I would know you'd have to go to the hospital and stuff, but I'd feel like panicking, like, oh my god, I could die within like any time. And I know things like meningitis can kill you within like an hour's max.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a pretty common fear for most people. No one likes getting sick. I know that. I mean, that's a good one though. My last one. All right, this is probably the most unique one for me. My fear, I'm not comfortable with the fact of aging. Like I've not come to terms with that. No matter how hard I try to keep my body in shape, no matter what, eventually my body will start to deteriorate and lose its youthful glow, and it's not something I'm comfortable with, and I kind of worry about it sometimes. I know I'm only 17, and people say my whole life is still ahead of me, but even so, like that day will come where I'm like, I look in the mirror and I'm old, and that's just not something that I'm completely comfortable with. So do you got anything on that?
Kind of like my 65-year-old grandfather.
True. Very true. Alright, so you got a last one?
My last one's kind of like, you guys are probably gonna think I'm I don't know, but my last one would be losing my true love. I honestly, like, if that happened, that would hurt. That would
oh, yeah,
really break my heart. I'd be like so depressed for like so long. It would be so hard to get off my mind. You know, I'd be constantly thinking about it, and it would rip me
tear you apart, man.
Right, just kind of like your aging thing.
Yeah, no, I get it. That makes sense. I'm sure like a lot of other people have that fear, like dating someone, and like if you end up losing, I'm sure that you don't ever want to think about that or think that could happen, but I mean it's a possibility, and that's just the facts of life, I guess.
Correct, correct.
So I think that pretty much wraps it up. Do you got anything else?
I believe I have covered my main 3, Chopper.
Alright, well, yep. So make sure you go check out Lastmystik's channel. His link will be down below in the description. If you guys enjoyed this, please give this a like I said at the beginning, and subscribe to Lastmystik's channel. And you got anything else before we go?
Same thing, guys, for Chopper. If you guys want to check out some COD content, he uploads a lot of Call of Duty content. He may bring some other games, but right now I'm not really sure. But please check him out in the description. Subscribe, because it helps him, both me and him. I'm really bad on my speech, but yes, it helps him and helps me. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.